Here we have some pretty simple stainless steel parts. They are vinyl covered. This goes into a mobile dog kennel. These were parts that we got to process, which were kind of sorted out. So they have a couple of issues. This part here specifically has a very bad cut on this side, as you can see here with the surface roughness, and it has a dross. We are only going to edge round these parts today, and we'll demonstrate that we can do that without removing the PVC. But this spur we will have to remove first. So we will do that with a simple disc grinder, clean it up a little bit, and then all the other edges just on our edge rounder. So we have just removed that dross. This is much nicer now, and we also cleaned up the edge. You may want to use that part actually after we're done with it here. On this part that we got, it seems to have a little bit of a different film than this, and especially here it was super crinkled, and you can see how these crinkles are still on there. What we will do with this, ultimately, we will, just to give you one other sample, the grain on this part runs this way. We will peel this film and we will run it parallel to the grain in the machine. And that may actually be the first part that we are going to process here. We have set the machine more or less up. I'll show you how quick that goes too. So here, yeah, very good. You see that from the, it has a few striations on there for where the film was loose. I hope that comes out on the machine because there's some sticky residue on there. So I'm not sure how it will deal with that sticky residue. So here, very simple, we're gonna just, this is a combination machine that also has a white belt, not relevant to you. We're gonna simulate just the cross belt machine. We're only gonna use a cross belt and the conveyor. At 2.7 millimeters, let's say you want to be, and we want to bring this down to 50.3. There we go. We are in the conveyor belt at this point, so this we are going to run. You can see it has some edges that have some sharpness to them. We are going to run this perfectly parallel. So now what I will do is I will speed this conveyor belt up a little bit until it about reaches the brushes in the back, and then we're going to slow this down to about 4 feet per minute. That 3 to 4 feet is where good edge rounding happens. Here we go. It didn't take that off, but you can already see how nice of a surface this makes where we go parallel to the grain. So, and nicely rounded edges, very soft. Everything is super soft on this part. What we will do afterwards, we will clean this up with alcohol one more time and then rerun it for you, just so that you have an impression of the whole surface. On the back side, where we are not interested in a certain grain, I mean you could, but it has all threads and too. The best deburring effect you get when you run the part the diagonal. There we go, it's about 4 feet per minute. So, and then we are going to run these parts, which just have the PVC coating on them, with this setting, just to see how that works. If we move it too much, or not enough, or how you want to do it. So you can already see the white line, that's the radius that you create on the part. Very nice and rounded, very soft. Also softens the corner a little bit. are going to have to take good care that we get everything that's sticking to the part. These came from your, obviously from your discard time. But there's nothing that we can do the part. So, now we run with the PVC coated, and again, we are going to run the edge. So now we may want to go a little bit faster in order not to remove too much of that PVC. But then of course you're going to have leftover radius. So the function of the radius is how much pressure do I put on it, and then how slow does it go through the machine. So now this is very, very nice. You see this? So on the corners, they have less traction. You may be exposed a little bit more. Ultimately, you need to peel that off to be the gutter. But especially here on the outside corners, I think this is very, very good. Here again, we have seen something that sticks. So this one, I'm actually going to run on the back side. I'm going to run very, very slow. That's fast. Now we're going to run this very, very slow. This is about 2-3 feet per minute. That's going to be a moment before that comes out. Then this one, I'm going to run a little bit faster than we did before, and I'm actually also going to reduce the pressure. Coming out very, very slow. And we will mark this, by the way. And now I can also feel the temperature. This is warm. Not very warm, but still pleasant. You still can touch it, but it is not pleasant to the touch anymore. It's warmer than that. So that gives you the maximum radius here that you can see on this part. And you may like the surface too. I'm not sure. It isn't really a grain or anything. The diagonal, fine. So, here, as I said, as if you're going to just release the pressure a little bit. And, oh, sorry, that was wrong. I went into the material quickly. Here. Just going to release that pressure a little bit. And then, slow it down and possibly just one bit more. We're going to go at about 5 feet. I've done very quickly. So, we have a double effect here. A, we went faster, and B, we raised the brush a little bit. Less edge running. So, therefore, you see more of the PVC, especially on the corners, it's still present, right? But you see how quick this process goes, so even if you wanted to run it a second time, you could. And that's exactly what I just want to do for you here on the back, so that you can see what a process is. Pressure again. Still lighter than we were in the beginning. So, wow. Yeah, a little bit faster. And now you see, basically, we have a little bit of a line going this way because the cross buttons, of course, go this way. Like I said, we have sticky stuff on here. Very unpleasant. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to take that part and rotate it 90 degrees. How do I know it's 90 degrees? I'm just going to look at this grain. It doesn't have to be 90, by the way. I'm just going to stick it in this way. So now the process comes this way. And then you'll see, you don't have a big part at all when you do your laser run from time to time. So easily with this machine you can already see that you will improve your throughput by at release the factor of 10 with manual reverse, and you gain something. So, that's what that surface looks like with 2 passes. That may also be something. It has a little bit of a shadow to it. That may be something that you are interested in, depending on what you're looking at. Okay, thank you very much for sending those parts. Appreciate it. I'll pack those up and send them back to you.